I'm gonna do something different for the vlog today. I'm gonna go over how to identify trees. This is for the well. So from this building, the wash station, all the way back to the well, we're gonna pull power from the house to the wash station, and then power from the wash station all the way back to the well. Also came through and got this thing ready.
Radishes, onions, fennel, carrots. Feeders. Casey's making noises over there.
It's Monday, so today kind of started off weird. I had to go to the chiropractor, Tori had to go to the bank, and yeah, we've just been working since we got home, and got these tomatoes planted. Prep some beds to transplant tomorrow. Tori's out cultivating now. We went through and weeded the garlic bed, prepped another bed to plant tomorrow. And we fixed some busted drip irrigation in here. It busted like 15 times. I'm gonna try and teach y'all a skill to use, and it's something you can go out and quarantine and do in your yard or your neighborhood. Keep the distance, obviously, but I'm gonna go over how to identify trees. I know it's different, but I was in landscaping for a long time, and I did tree work for 3 years as an arborist. I still love trees. I still have my certification. I can't really climb now because of my back, but hopefully I can. And yeah, I've just been checking the trees. Like, I've just been watching the trees leaf out. I always love it. So I'm gonna go through and just show you guys the basics. Nothing crazy. Terminology, things that if you see something and you want to know what it is, how do you Google it and figure out what it is using the terminology, and then you'll see pictures of it, and then you have to all the different things. Pretty sure we all know the old poison ivy there. Real basic. So you have deciduous trees that will lose their leaves every year and grow new ones, and then you have evergreens here. These are loblolly pines. I got a pretty good view of everything. Alright, there's the cat tunnels, silage tarps for new plots. That's the chickshaw. And they will shed their needles. Some pine trees will do it every like 2 to 5 years. They all have kind of different cycles, but main thing is they're green like all year. These clearly go through a cycle where they come out, they grow through summer, and then they change color in the fall, and then they fall off. So your first thing when you come up to a tree is you want to see what the leaf arrangement is. And so the leaf arrangement is where it comes off of the stem. So here you can see with these two spots, this is the main stem, this middle one here, and you have this one and this one. They're coming off at alternate spots. This is an alternate leaf arrangement. You can see it in the twigs. Also, a lot of times you can see it in the new growth. So you see the leaves here are not coming out at the same point. They're alternated on the twig. Over here, over there, over here, over there. So the other leaf arrangement you can have is opposite, and that's what this is. This is a dogwood. But you can see here, you can see at that point, the branches right here. The branches right here come off at the same point, and the whole structure of the tree is like that if you follow it back down the stem. So it'll be opposite on the new growth, opposite, this is last year's growth right here, to this part, that's where the bud was, and then you can take that back here, that's opposite, and then back there, that's opposite, The reason this is important, opposite versus alternate, is because there's only 5 species that have opposite arrangement. 5 woody plant tree species. Now when you get into shrubs, it's different. There's a lot more opposites, but as far as trees go, opposite and alternate is basically where you start. There's only 5 genus of trees that have opposite arranged leaves. So this is cornus, dogwood. That's opposite. You also have maples, ash trees, buckeyes, or horse chestnut. That's aesculus. And a katsura tree, which is not very common where we are. That's Cercidophyllum. That's a really cool tree. I wish we had more around here, but we don't. So these are 5 species. We'll go over that again. Cornus, acer, fractionus, aesculus, and Cercidophyllum. So this is really common. You'll see these in a lot of places. But you can see opposite there. This new growth has the same pattern, opposite. And obviously maple, you can generally tell the leaves. This is red maple. Once you get the leaf arrangement down, whether it's opposite or alternate, that's where you start to then go into the next step, which is generally leaf. So your leaf shape, or your leaf color, or like here's a good example. This is clearly an oak. Okay, this book. All right, so we're gonna go through the maple here, and what you can basically do is you can go to these plates that look similar and just look until you see one that looks like it, or you can go into some more detail. So are only trees with opposite 3 to 5 lobe leaves. It's pretty much guaranteed that when you identify something like that and it says that, you're pretty on the money there. This book has plates, what they're called, and then they also have information on another page that will tell you. So here's the maple information. So red maple, you can go through all these maples to see which one it is. There's a lot of times there's a unique characteristic to each tree that will kind of give you the identification. This is the sinuses. This is the dip in the leaf. So the dip in the leaf, they're referring to this as the sinus. This is the lobe. This is the sinus. This is the lobe. This is the sinus. This is the lobe. Hairy or hairy beneath. It's real, real crazy. But you can see there is hairs on that. That's a giveaway. And then sinuses between leaf lobes relatively shallow and V-shaped. That's V-shaped pretty well, and they're shallow. Now if you're looking at other maples, especially a silver maple, those are gonna be your most common ones, then you'll see that their sinuses come down to like here. And that's how you use the book really, but similar species, silver maple, it's the same. It'll give you similar ones, so then the next one's silver maple. But that's how you use this book. It's pretty easy. It tells you how to use it too. Now you just think of all the things now that you have to help ID this plant. So you have opposite arrangement, V-shaped lobes. You could put pubescent under the leaf and a red petiole. And that in a Google search or that in a book should narrow you down pretty quick. Another trick you have is you can do smelling. So that's a hickory. The hickory has a really unique smell. It kind of reminds me of like Vicks or something, but a lot of plants, once you identify something and it has a unique smell, you'll probably never forget it. Here's a good tree to run through this exercise on. Look at this tree, there's no leaves out yet. This one here. And you can tell right away it has a smooth bark, which is pretty unique in itself. And these really pointy buds here. And as you're looking at the tree, you can see it has alternate arrangement. So here, that's alternate. You can see this alternate here. They're not coming out. If it was opposite, it would be coming out right here, but they're alternate. You have some other clues here, like this leaf, which you don't know may or may not be part of the tree, but it's good to keep around. Underneath the tree, you'll see that there's a lot of the same leaves that you saw, like this here, still stuck in the canopy. like that one was clearly stuck on, and you could tell it was part of the tree. So you can be pretty solid now that you know that that's your leaf. So we go to the book or Google. You pull out your phone and we'll Google it here. So smooth bark, long slender buds, alternate leaves. Search. Identifying shrubs in winter. Do this one. Okay, now I didn't rehearse this, so I'm kind of rolling with it. Common tree species guide. Now we'll just go through them here. So it was up near the top. So you can read the description there. We know it's alternate. So now we're looking at these veins. These veins do end in the teeth of the leaf up here. Now, like I said, they'll always have some kind of dead giveaway on there. And this one, leaves sometimes persist on lower branches and saplings in the winter. Beech trees do hold their foliage, I know that, but you'll see that's not very common for a deciduous tree to do that. And here's another one. Here's another one. That's a dead giveaway. Given the information, you know that it's a beech. Alright guys, don't want to bore you too much with that, but I thought that'd be a cool thing to try and teach you guys over video with the quarantine and stuff. Just getting out into your landscape and learning your plants, which is the beginning to understanding your whole landscape. So the bugs that come in, maybe the birds, but a lot of it starts with the trees because they're there for a long time and they can't move. So trees are a good way to start learning about your land, your neighborhood, your park, whatever. So I hope that helps. Alright, this is gonna suck, but we got Flail mow one of these beds. The bees have been loving it, but the collards are done. We just harvested everything we could, and we need to plant it. But we are gonna leave that bed going because the bees really like it. So I'm gonna flail mow it. That's the flail mower. It cuts this way instead of this way, and so it chops everything up, even that big, into like nothing. Alright, you can see that pretty much turned into nothing, but I gotta take this stuff, rake it up in the bed, and then I'll mow it again. And that's basically compost almost. Okay guys, today was a busy day, so I rented a ditch witch and then got a trencher, and I had a time limit on it, so I didn't spend time to record any of it. It's not that exciting. You just put the trencher in the ground and go backwards. But this is for the well. So from this building, the wash station, all the way back to the well, we're gonna pull power from the house to the wash station, and then power from the wash station all the way back to the well.
Sandy came, our volunteer, and helped me transplant some salanova, celery, and fennel. And then I filled in some holes with some cabbage where some plants had died. And then I just kind of went around and cleaned up some odds and ends around the farm, like fixed some drip irrigation spots and
that's a big thing though, fixing drip irrigation
and just random things.
So from the wow. Bug flew right in your face. So from the wash station out here all the way down to to the well there, the huge rock. That's 400 feet. But thanks to a friend, we got electrical wire for free. He's an electrician. That's amazing, that's awesome. Very grateful for that. But tomorrow we gotta leave here at 5:30 and go to Lowe's and get the water line, get some conduit stuff to run the wire in. This trench is like 2.5 feet deep, and this line here, I took the chance to just put in a water line, and then we'll put a post in and put irrigation timers on it, because for the last however long we've been,
year and a half, we've been like
scrambling,
dragging around hoses and
yeah. So this will be more of a permanent solution. So our neighbor Phil is going to help us do the electrical work. He was an electrician. Thankfully, he's next door and wants to help, because I have no clue how to do it. I'm sure that I would mess it up.
Phil's awesome.
I know.
He knows how to do everything. He helped us with our salad spinner too.
And helped us redo some water lines in the basement to make the hose bigger, so we can get more water
with the end wall and the tunnel.
Yeah, and the tunnel. All right, guys, long big day today, but we got everything ready so that we have water. But I still have to cut the driveway, and then Phil, our neighbor, is going to set a box in the wash station, so we can use that for washing, and like plug in lights and stuff out there finally. But like this part still needs done. That's an irrigation control box. I'm gonna put all these timers. I'm gonna put those on this, and then we're gonna run 1/2-inch line to the wobblers, which we already have. We just need to extend them, and yeah, we should be able to do everything we have now off of this spot, and then I'll look into changing stuff or whatever as we move on. It's a lot of stuff to think about. Definitely learned a lot. Didn't do the project in the right order, but it's getting there. Tori got all the weed mat. She burned holes in there for squash, and she kept everything rolling today while I was doing this. So went through, we went to Lowe's at like 5:30, got the water line, got the PVC for the electrical wire, did a lot of digging, set all the wire, glued it, did all the attachments, whatever, and yeah, here we are. There's the wire. It's deep enough for code. Had to take the machine back, so I'm hoping I can take the rotary plow and fling this back into the ditch, or at least close to it. So I didn't record like any of that, guys. Kind of on a time limit, and tomorrow's harvest day, and then Friday's delivery and farm pickups, Saturday's markets. Sunday, if we can, we're gonna go get potting soil. So there's like so much to do, a lot. I mean, it's April, so that's kind of how it works. What do you think about today?
Crazy. I can't believe we got water though.
I know, it works.
I know. It's like such a relief.
Yeah.
In so many ways.
I know. Still a lot of work to do, really.
Yeah. Just the fact that we can water everything, and we can like set up the timers and not have to haul hoses around anymore, not like kink them, rip stuff out by pulling them. Those hoses, they always came up short somewhere. I'm just like so excited.
Finally.
I know. So now I'm just finishing up the squash plot. So trying to get some weed mat in, because there was a lot of Bermuda in here. And yeah, hopefully next week we can plant this with like, I have red curies, candy roasters, some yellow squash for the honey hog, melons, watermelons, and zucchini, and butternut squash and spaghetti squash.
Addie's eating dirt. Looks like she's ready for dinner. This is crazy. This came out of nowhere. That's not rain, that's pollen. Look at this. Dude, it's like pollen everywhere. Will you shut the high tunnel door? Dude, what? That was so crazy. I was just texting my friend, or you guys probably know Josh Satin, and he said, "You get any storms from this front?" I said, "No, but it's kind of windy." Literally after I sent that, it got like super windy. This is wild. Well, I guess that's goodbye to the 85-degree weather we had today. The low Friday night I think is 38, so this must be the front. We got a pretty good storm this morning. Right, it's harvest day and it's supposed to be windy. Go figure, it always seems to work like that. So, and then Phil's gonna work on the electrical box. A lot of stuff to do today. What are we harvesting today?
Spinach, salad mix, Swiss chard, radishes, onions, fennel, carrots.
The beet greens.
Yeah. Arugula flowers. I'll probably harvest some microgreens tomorrow.
Yeah. Bunting onions, you say that?
Yeah. Onions. Collards.
Kale.
Kale rapini.
Swiss chard.
Yeah.
Look at Sylvia out there checking on the bees. What a wild Friday. So to add on to everything that's crazy right now, it's gonna freeze tonight or be really close to a freeze. The forecasted low is 35, which probably means 33 here, 34. So we got everything double covered now early in all the tunnels. Hopefully those plants will be alright. We closed them at about 5. Try and trap a lot of extra heat in there tonight, so they should be good. Today was pretty awesome for farm pickups. A lot of people came, like almost enough where Tori doesn't really have a lot for the market tomorrow, like not much at all. And I could take more to Charlotte, but if we can sell it here, we can sell it here. It's pretty crazy if you read about stuff happening with local foods right now and people buying from local farms instead of bigger farms. Just the response we've seen personally, I'm not going to say this is for everybody else, it's been probably 3 or 4 times more interest than normal. Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's a lot of work to do something like this. So to have the customers' appreciation and interest and desire to come out here and buy from us directly is just awesome. What you buy work on?
Plot 9, I'm going to finish the weed mat out there so that we can plant the squash next week. And then I might work on cropping out some stuff in plot 3 so we can direct seed salad mix and arugula and mustard and radishes.
I'm gonna mow the grass.
Okay. Have fun.
Mow the grass and then start filling that huge ditch. Alright, so the markets went good today. We sold everything that we harvested except 2 bunches of radishes, which is cool. But we also could have harvested more of other things if we had it available. We're always trying to stay consistent and have things every week for people. And sometimes we fall short, sometimes we have extra, blah blah blah. It's always changing, so it's a hard thing to figure out, but I always feel bad not having things that people are expecting. But we gotta find our markets, work into our rhythm and groove, and then it should be better. Really thankful for the customers that came out during the peak virus season.
want you to do.
It's Addie's birthday today. She's 10.
I need you to run the VCS for me. So I need you to flail mow this bed, the old sweet potato bed, and the arugula kale bed that's done. And then after that, I need you to PDR this bed, this bed, this bed, this bed, that bed, and that bed.
Jeez. Making me work hard on a Sunday? I'm never gonna get a day off, huh?
Probably not.
So the flail mower will come in and cut like up and just chop everything up. And it's really effective. Pretty much like can't stop, won't stop till the leaves are chopped.
Oh my gosh. Alright, so once Casey PDRs this, I'm going to plant some lettuce mix, some mustard greens, some chariot radishes, and some arugula. And what I try and usually do is alternate between roots and greens. So like this bed back here was radishes, and now I'm going to seed it with arugula. And then the bed that was kale, I'm going to seed with radishes. And that just helps with the crop rotation and pest issues, and just helps give the soil a little bit of rest too, because sometimes the greens are lighter feeders. Casey's making noises over there. I also think I'm going to give this mustard bed a rest and just tarp it for a couple weeks. That way it kills any of the leftover crop that may still be living and will shoot up into, like, I don't want to plant another crop into it, because then it'll just essentially become a weed and come into your other crop, and it just becomes a huge mess. So better just tarp it, let it rest for a couple weeks, and then plant in it.
So we got probably 2 inches of rain coming, and then strong winds. Some of them could be 50-mile-an-hour gusts. So this is awesome. You gotta deal with this stuff. So what I'm gonna do is this post right here, I'm gonna pound it deeper, and then put some old tree work ropes over the high tunnel and tie it off to the other tunnel, and just make like a V right here.
Rain.
Hey, it's starting to rain. Check this out. Bam.
Ooh.
First little cucumber. Unheated tunnel. Harvested before the last average frost date. Pretty neat. Well, it's been a warm spring. It's not really that cool. Woo, that's pretty good. Okay, everything's seated. Got the ropes up. Tied to each tunnel. And it's raining, so happy Easter if you even watch this far into the vlog. It's just gonna rain all day, so we got some storm prep to do. And that's it. Check out next week if you want to see if there's any storm damage. Happy Easter again.